What is up, guys? Dr. Sophia here, and I am back with another topic. If you are new, then don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can stay updated on all of my content. And also don't forget to check the description box because I always put a lot of stuff in there, such as my products and my books, which you can click the link down below to get. And also don't forget to like this video. So what we are going to be talking about today is how to get over the long-term effects of a narcissist mother. I have come to learn that narcissistic mothers, not only do they exist, but we have come to normalize narcissistic mothers, or we have come to normalize toxic behaviors or overcritical mothers, when in all actuality, ain't none of that nonsense normal. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in some of the top signs of a narcissistic mother and explain some of them so you can see if you fall into that category. So one of them is that she constantly makes the conversation about herself. You could be coming to her about some wonderful news about an accomplishment that you have done, and the next thing out of her mouth would be like, oh, well, when that happened to me, or I know when I did, or something to not only not acknowledge your accomplishment, but basically turn the accomplishment back on her and make the conversation about her. Brags about your achievements to others, but rarely validates or acknowledges you personally. So let's say you have gone to college, you are a lawyer, you've gone to law school, and you have a 4.0. A narcissistic mother may actually belittle you and try to make it seem like these things are not accomplishments, or they will actually just ignore your accomplishments altogether and not even speak to you about them. But behind your back, they will tell other people, oh, my daughter is this, my daughter is that. And the reason why they will do that is because your accomplishments makes them look good, but to tell you would actually make you feel good. And oftentimes narcissistic mothers don't want to do that. The next one is blames others for any problems that you may have that stem from her behavior. So let's say that you are very antisocial, and the reason is because your narcissistic mother never lets you leave the house. So therefore, you don't like to talk a lot, or you're very antisocial. Instead of the narcissistic mother seeing that it was because she didn't allow you to have friends or she didn't allow you to leave the house, she will often probably say that mentally something is wrong with you, or even try to give you a diagnosis, when in all actuality, your behavior probably stems from the way that she raised you. Is well liked and important to others, but is controlling and harsh when no one is looking. I have actually found this behavior to be very prevalent in the church community. Y'all all know that this is a Christian-based or a faith-based channel, but let's talk about this because I have seen some women put on their best church faces in church and pretend like they are so godly and they are so holy. But when you look at them behind closed doors, they are the worst and meanest mother to their actual children, or they don't give their children the time of day. So situations like that, and it doesn't have to be church, but if your mother pretends to be Mother Teresa to everybody else, but behind closed doors, she's actually like a demon, then these are narcissistic traits. So makes you feel bad for not doing what she wants you to do immediately. So let's say you are out driving around and your narcissistic mother calls you because she needs $500, and you tell her that I don't get paid till next week. And she tries to put you on this guilt trip because you don't get paid till next week and she needs the $500 now, and she might make it seem like something dire is going to happen to her if she does not get the $500. But in all actuality, that is a narcissistic trait because she is making you feel guilty because you will not give her what she wants. The next is makes you feel guilty by boasting about how much she does for you. So for example, a mother is supposed to take care of their child, right? But a narcissistic mother will make things that she's supposed to do for you as a mother make it seem like she deserves a medal, right? So let's say you graduated from high school. Oh, but I got you this far, and I'm the reason why you graduated for high school, and I'm the reason why you went to this great school, and I'm the reason. Forget the fact that you might have graduated from high school and maybe let's say you got a full scholarship to college. She will not acknowledge that that took work for you to do, but instead she will put all of that on herself and try to explain to you how much of your accomplishment is because of her. So the next one is that she could be very ruthless, unforgiving, and do anything that she can be and doing anything that she can to be on top. So like, let's say for a narcissistic mother, you may have made a small minor accident 5 years ago or 10 years ago, or heck, even when you was a child, and you could be a grown behind person. a narcissistic mother will bring up mistakes from like when you were 10, 12, or when you were a minor, and you could be in your 30s now, and she will continuously bring up mistakes that you made a long time ago and be very unforgiving of those mistakes. Even if you were a child, or even if you're just human and everybody makes mistakes, she will probably try to hold you to a higher yet unrealistic standard. And as soon as you mess up, she will be willing to basically pounce on top of you, be ruthless and unforgiving, and she will probably hold that one thing over your head for an eternity. The last one is makes you feel anxious or often lowers your confidence. So what this looks like is because narcissists in general, especially narcissistic mothers, is that we naturally want to make our mothers proud. So what narcissistic mothers will tend to do is no matter how much you do or how much accomplishments you have done, they will often try to make it seem like it's not good enough. And the reason for that is to bring about anxiety on you and to lower your confidence and to continuously try to get you jumping through higher and higher hoops that the narcissistic mother has set for you, which are oftentimes impossible. And as soon as you can't jump through the last hoop that they set, she's like ready to pounce in order to make you feel bad about your self-esteem. When realistically, it would have been the same outcome anyway. Like, she's always going to criticize you, but if you don't meet her high expectations, she's going to criticize you more. But if you do meet her high expectations, she's going to criticize you as well. But she's going to criticize you more so because she doesn't want you to basically mess with your confidence and your self-esteem. So what can we do? So like, let's say through all of this, you realize that you are the victim of a narcissistic mother. So first of all, break the cycle, because what I have come to realize through my experience in working with people is that oftentimes narcissistic tendencies rub off on their target. And that's because with a mother, the mother is the person raising, let's say, you. And if they're the one raising you, you're so used to their behavior that you might not even necessarily know that the traits are narcissistic. So what you will then do is you will then adopt and take on those traits because that is what you were taught. And you will start to treat either your child, other people, or boyfriends in that way. And then you are then the narcissistic person, right? But what you can do is recognize what was done to you and break the cycle and not repeat the same traits, right? The second thing that you can do is realize that you cannot change this person. Oftentimes, children of narcissistic mothers will get very frustrated because oftentimes they will seek validation from their parents, as so many people do. That's a natural thing to do, right? They will seek validation from their parents or their mother, and they will try to do any and everything in order to make the narcissistic mother happy. But the caveat to that is that the narcissistic mother is never going to be happy. And so you have to realize that you can't change this person, nor can you make them proud. Because oftentimes narcissistic mothers get off on not telling you how proud they are of you, not giving you a compliment. They don't want to acknowledge you because it has nothing to do with them. And so what that leaves the child or even the adult child doing is trying to continuously do behaviors to make that person proud. But the thing is that the narcissistic mother is never going to be proud. She never may give you the affection that you want. She may never say, oh, wow, good job, or whatever it is that you're seeking from the mother as to why you keep trying to make her proud. Oftentimes, the narcissistic mother has an inability to see this in any capacity. So therefore, you have to stop trying, because that's a role where you'll just keep trying and trying and trying to make somebody happy, but you will burn yourself out because there's no way that you can do that because, they're a narcissist. The next is recognize how they may have affected you. For example, if you are going off of the strength of your narcissistic mother has always tried to poke at you or make you have low self-esteem or make you feel like you are not a lovable person, then that may manifest in your relationships. You may be dating below what you're worth. You may be giving anybody the chance that the time of day, or you may be dating bad men. And that all stems from the fact that your mother told you, basically either they told you or they led you to believe through their actions that you were unlovable. And so therefore, that is how you go through life. That's how you look. You don't want to dress yourself up. You don't want to try to make yourself look nice because internally you feel that you are unlovable. But really, that's not true. Where that comes from is the words, the actions, and the behaviors that your narcissistic mother has given to you, and therefore you feel like that. So once you come to the realization of how this person has affected me because they did this, they said this, and now I behave like this because of something that they said. That will help you learn how to combat those behaviors, because then you can start to say, well, none of the stuff that my mother said was true. I am not unlovable. All of those things that she said that because she was a narcissist, not because they are actually true. And the last one is to create boundaries. I actually have an entire video on how to create boundaries that I will go ahead and link down in the description box. A lot of people feel like, oh, and I'm a Christian, right? So we can talk about the Bible verse, oh, you're supposed to honor your father and your mother. And although that is true, you also have to honor yourself. And you cannot allow people to come in and disrupt your peace, because you have a right to peace. That doesn't mean that you need to be nasty to people. It doesn't mean that you need to go cussing your mama out. It doesn't mean that you need to go show up to her doorstep right now, tell her that you listen to this video and how affected you are by her, or none of that, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But you determine how you deal with people based on the fact that you're not going to allow them to continuously psychologically harm you. So what that means is, if your mother is a narcissist and she's talking crazy on the phone, hey, I gotta go. Bye. Get off the phone. Oh, or if your narcissistic mother comes over for the holidays and the only thing that she wants to do is talk crazy to you, oh, you know what? It's late. It's time for you to go. I can get you a hotel. Bye. This is creating boundaries so that this person is not in your face all the time, because you do not deserve to be subjected to anybody's abuse. Always remember that, even if they are your family, even if they are your own mother. All right, guys. All right. So I definitely hope that all of these tips helped you out. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, and I will talk to you guys another day, another time. Bye, y'all. Not ready for the show to end? It doesn't have to. You can head over to my site where you can read hundreds of articles. And also you can feel free to shop my store where I have all of my products for sale. And last but not least, for even more video content, feel free to visit my YouTube channel where I talk about a wide array of content. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, stay blessed.